The first time I heard the ticking, I was alone in the attic, sifting through dusty boxes filled with forgotten family relics. The grandfather clock, a relic itself, had always been a silent sentinel, standing stoically in a corner. It was a surprise to hear its rhythmic tick-tock echo through the room, a sound I hadn't heard since my childhood. My heart skipped a beat, not out of nostalgia, but because this clock was set to tick only when something momentous was about to occur. The air felt heavier, charged with an unspoken anticipation, as if the clock was counting down to something ominous. As days passed, I noticed subtle changes around the house. Shadows seemed to stretch longer than they should, and whispers echoed in the walls, just beyond the edge of hearing. My family, oblivious to the clock's newfound life, carried on with their routines. Yet, I couldn't shake the feeling that time was running out, that we were on the brink of a revelation we weren't prepared to face. Each tick felt like a heartbeat, a reminder of the inevitable. I tried to share my unease, but all I received were dismissive smiles, as if I were recounting a ghost story meant to scare children. One night, as the clock struck midnight, I was jolted awake by a sound that wasn't the ticking. It was a low, mournful chime that reverberated through the house. I stumbled downstairs to find the clock's pendulum swinging wildly, faster than it should. The air was electric, charged with a presence I couldn't see but could feel. I reached out to steady the pendulum, and the moment my fingers touched the cold brass, I was overwhelmed by visions of my ancestors, their faces twisted in silent screams. The clock was a conduit, a vessel for their trapped souls, desperate to warn us of a curse that had shattered our lineage. In the final days before the clock's countdown ended, the atmosphere thickened with dread, an unshakable sense of doom. On the last night, as the clock prepared to strike its final chime, I gathered my family, our collective fear palpable. As the sound rang through the house, the walls seemed to close in, the shadows consuming us in an embrace we couldn't escape. The clock's ticking ceased abruptly, and in that silence, we understood the truth. We were bound to the clock's fate, our lives forever altered. The event it had foretold was not one of glory, but of a haunting revelation that our family had been cursed to repeat, trapped in an endless cycle of fear and foreboding.